principle, before I tell you what it is, I want to see if you can guess. And I'm going to tell you a story. There was a woman who walks into a bank and says, I would like a loan for $5,000. And she goes, as collateral, here's the title to my $250,000 Rolls Royce. Bank manager goes, you want $5,000 and with collateral of a $250,000 car? Yep. He checks the title. Sure enough, it's hers. And she's like, okay, well, sure, we'll take that loan. And she calls first they take the car and they drive it into the secure lot in the compound lot below the bank, close the door, and she calls a cab, drives off to the airport with her $5,000, and she's gone. As soon as she leaves, the bank manager starts laughing hysterically. What? $250,000 to get a $5,000 loan? Well, what happens is she has a wonderful vacation, comes back just over 2 weeks, and says, how much do I owe to pay off the loan? And the bank manager goes, well, it's $5,016.34. So she pays off her $5,000 and the $1,634 in interest. And the bank manager goes, ma'am, I have to ask you. As our underwriter of my policy was going through this loan, he saw that you ran your credit and saw that you're a multimillionaire. You didn't need a loan for $5,000. Why on earth did you even ask for one? You could have done a number of things or gotten that $5,000 anywhere. And she goes, simple. Where else could I park my $250,000 car for 2 weeks and have it be there when I get back for $16.34? The next principle is just as this woman did, is she connected with people who can help her. She connected in such a way that made a difference in her future. Now, this is what it is. The next principle is being able to connect to other people who can help you. If you're familiar with the story of Stone Soup, it's actually kind of funny, is that the soldier walks into this town and he's hungry. And he's like, oh, I need some food. He tries to get some food, and what happens is everybody shuts him down and goes, no, we don't, go away. We don't feed soldiers, none of that. So finally he says, all right, I'm going to call a town meeting. I'm going to make stone soup. And so they're like, stone soup? How do you make stone soup? And he's like, perfect. I'll show you how. Does anybody here have a large kettle? And so someone's like, yeah, let me get one. So they go and get a kettle, and he gets some water and puts it in, and he puts a big stone in it. And then they're like, man, this would be really good if we could just have some carrots. And this little lady goes, oh, I've got some carrots. And she runs and gets the carrots, and he puts them into the soup. And then he's like, I taste it. He's like, this would be so much better if we could just get some beef. Does anybody have some smoked beef? And so what happens is somebody goes to their smokehouse and grabs a salt of beef and shoves it in, and so he grabs other things, and eventually he makes stone soup. What he really brought to this was, first, he knew how to cook, which is always a good skill. And second, is he got the town together with a common goal and purpose. And now, in terms of being able to network with those people that could help you, this can include mentors. This can include good books. This can include